Determining if figures are related by a reflection. All right, so we're still on transformations. Our four main transformations, I keep saying it's at the beginning of each one of these videos. We have translate, which just means move right, left, up, and down. We have rotation, which literally is what it sounds like. You're spinning, like think of a steering wheel, and here's my rotation point in the middle. So we're just turning something with rotation. Reflection, which is what we're doing right here. If I have my hands like this and I have a line right here, and I'm going to reflect my hands over that line. Now they're backwards, they're mirror images of each other. So that's a reflection. So we have to be able to flip something over. And then dilation, which we're not dealing with quite yet, but dilation has to do with taking an image, not changing its shape, but its size. So making something larger or smaller, zooming in or out of it. You can think of it that way too. All right, so now that we've gone over our four transformations, in each part, reflect the solid figure exactly onto the dashed figure. If it's not possible, click on not possible. So with this one, and they go through and they show you this original. So they're showing you that same idea I just showed you. I can't do it sideways like that, but it's the same thing. You take it, there's an imaginary line here, and you flip over that imaginary line. So if there's a line in the middle here, my hand should be the same distance from that line on both sides. That's the other thing about a reflection, is I can't flip my hand over the line and go, oh, well, the line's right here, right next to this hand, but I'm going to flip it over here. Well, that's not flipping it over the line. I have to make sure that it's the same distance. Like I literally folded it over the line, kind of a thing. So they're just showing you that here with the triangle. In the first one, so it does in fact look like if I took this and I folded it up, it would land on the shape. But now if you look down here, when we actually do that, one shape is larger than the other. So this is not a reflection because it doesn't actually land right on top. And then this one, so the line doesn't always have to be one of the axes. It doesn't have to be the X and the Y. It's just right in between. So as long as I can go, I can literally fold it in between so that it lands right on top, then it works perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be right on like the Y-axis for this one. So in order to know where to fold it, I would want to know how many spaces are between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know 6 divided by 2, because I want it to be in the middle, is 3. So I go 1, 2, 3. There's my line. It lands right in the middle. So that one does work. So let's go ahead and look at the tools, because the tools on the next page are going to be a couple here. So there, we get these two images. So we get 2 problems per page, and we get these reflection tools. So we simply have to click, and then we have to tell them where's the line. So we have to decide which way are we reflecting it. So think of it like that's your fold. So if I folded it this way, that's not going to work. But if I folded it on the red line now, that may work. So we want to make sure that we have the right number of spaces. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want to make sure that I'm in the middle, and I go 1, 2, 3. So it is in fact the X-axis this time. So I click, and then it takes that image. It took the blue one and it flipped it up right there for me. So as long as I pick that line correctly, it will flip it for me. So for instance, if I pick the line incorrectly, like let's say I go like this, well, I didn't pick the line correctly. Doesn't mean that it can't reflect. I need to make sure that I pick that line so that it reflects correctly. All right, so this one over here. So if we did this one, that wouldn't work. But if we reflect this way, that might work. So I know that this one is 3 to the left, and this one is 3 to the right. So I do want to be right there in the middle. But if I reflect it, those are different shapes. So this one is not possible. We need them to be the exact same shape. In reflection, we don't change the shape. It's another one where we're kind of moving it around, but in a different way. We're flipping it over. Check. All right, let's do a couple more of these. All right, so for this one, so I can actually see right away these are different shapes. I'm just going to click not possible. Okay, so for this one, again, we just have to pick the correct line. That's not the right fold. There we go. I want to fold it that way. But I need to make sure. So this one is 1 above the line here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, so 4. So I want to make sure my middle is 2 away. 1, 2. So this is my middle right here. So I'm going to click that line, And then it does land on the figure, but it was also flipped this way. So let's see if I rotate again. I don't think we can. No, we can't do two. It won't let us do two. So I think, let's try it. I'm pretty sure we clicked not possible. All right. So that one actually looked like potentially if I could do two reflections, it would work. But we only want to do a reflection, one reflection. So that one was just the problem of having too many reflections. All right, so this one here, so I want to fold it, and we just need to decide how many spaces it is. So I have 1, 2, you know what? I'm going to click off that line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I know I want to go 1, 2, 3. That's my fold line. And when I flip it, this one went down here and it landed right on the blue line. So they match perfectly, so we're good. Okay, so over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I want 1, 2 to be my center. And look at that, they matched perfectly again. So in this case, we didn't get any not possibles. All right, we're all done with that one.